Hi, starting out with Nuwave Oven Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you a couple of ways that you cook up frozen cookie dough in the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. Depending on the dough you're using, you might have to use different techniques, so you'll be seeing that now. Alright, so I've got my Pillsbury oatmeal raisin frozen cookie dough here, straight out the freezer. You would normally, if they weren't frozen, you would put them in the oven at about 350 and cook them for about 10-14 minutes or so. And I've done it successfully in other cookers in about the same amount of time with about a 350 setting. I've tried some frozen cookie dough in here earlier, and at 350 with just bake, they took longer than 15 minutes and they were kind of poofy, like they wouldn't fall. So this time around I'm going to be going to bake, and wait, let's get the bake. Now I'm going to change the temperature down to 375 instead of 350. I'm going to give it 375, and I'll just leave it about 15 minutes to see if it takes that long. And I'm going to hit start to let it preheat while it's preheating, and I'm going to have the air fryer fan on. I didn't have the air fryer fan on in my previous run, so going to see if this works out. Going to use some cooking spray on the baking pan here, and I've already got the pizza tray or the rack down there on the baking level, and then I'm going to put about 4 of these cookies, frozen cookie dough, on the baking pan. Going to let them just set while the preheat finishes. Alright, preheat's done. Hit the pause button. Turn that time so it's at a full 15 minutes, since we lost a few seconds when it jumped right into cooking. Put my cookies in there and hit the start button. And actually I made it 16 minutes by accident, so hit pause and make it 15. Let it run. So it goes for 15 minutes at 375, and I'll bring you on back and we'll see how these are looking later. Okay, we're coming down to it being about 13 minutes so far, and they're looking pretty good. I'm going to stop them right here at about 13 minutes even and show you how they look now. You can see how they look here. They fell pretty good, and they look like, they're still a little soft in the middle. They're falling some more even now as I touch them, but I'll just give them another couple minutes to finish cooking. But they have fallen real good, so using the air fryer fan does help them to fall like normal cookies should, so that worked out really well. And it looks like it may be about 14-15 minute total cook, so I'm going to bring you back in a moment. Alright, so I'm letting these go the full distance of 15 minutes at 375 with the air fryer fan running. They look pretty good now, and I just wanted them to get a little firmer before taking them out. So they're done now. Let me show you how they look. There you go. Alright, just going to set those cookies right here. Give them a moment to cool while I get the camera moved around, and then we'll do a taste test. Well, actually I'll wait and do a plating of one. I'm going to give them a little time to cool. Alright, gave these cookies a little time to cool down a bit. I'm just going to grab this one here. Seems kind of, soft but cooked, so that's pretty good. Have a look at that there. Now I'll get the camera swapped around and we'll do a taste test. Alright, cookie from frozen in the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. Let's check it out. Turned out perfect. That's perfect. For that size cookie, 15 minutes, 375 with the air fryer fan, perfect. If you got smaller cookie, you might have to do maybe 12 minutes. You have to gauge it based on the size of your cookie dough. Those are some of the bigger, the bigger size cookie dough pieces to put in there. So turned out real nice. Okay, so we've done oatmeal raisin from frozen in the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. Now see how chocolate chip frozen cookie dough does when it's scooped. It's not the prepared ball or prepared piece of cookie dough. This is the cookie dough you got to scoop yourself, make it into a ball yourself. A little different when it comes to the cook. So keep an eye on this, and let's get started with that frozen chocolate chip cookie dough now. Alright, so I've got my Power Air Fryer Oven 360 here and my frozen chocolate chip cookie dough. I do want to mention with the oatmeal raisins, when I opened it, the Power Air Fryer Oven 360 for a moment, that moment of venting was critical. You have to do maybe about 10 seconds of venting somewhere in the cook of those already prepared pieces of cookie dough. So usually about maybe 5 minutes in, you just open for 10 seconds to vent. But with the chocolate chip that you have to ball yourself, things are a little bit more effort even than that to get your cookies to come out right from the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. It seems to keep things pretty well sealed, and so you have to do that. And you'll see what you have to do now with chocolate chip when you form the balls yourself. I'm just spraying the baking pan with some cooking spray first. I've already got the pizza rack in there on the bake level. So now I'm going to turn my Power Air Fryer Oven 360 to bake and turn the temperature to 375, turn the time to 15 minutes. I have the air fryer fan on, but as far as this matter of venting and other steps you have to do, regardless whether you use the air fryer fan or not, you have to do them, and I just find that the air fryer fan helps the cookies to cook even better. So hitting start. Gonna let it preheat to 375. While it does, I'm gonna get myself two pretty nice sized cookies out, or roll myself two pretty nice sized cookies out. Alright, so I've got myself two pretty large sized cookies set up here. I found even if I try and make them into kind of the form that the pre-made ones are in, I still have to do the extra steps that I'm going to be showing you. So I just put them in a couple of bowls, and once this gets preheated, I'll bring you back and we'll get started with the cook. Alright, preheating's done. Hit pause, turn it back to a full 15 minutes on the dial. Put my cookie dough in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And so, gonna let that go ahead and cook. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright, we're 10 minutes in. I'm going to just hit pause. And here I just open up for about 10 seconds or so, just to give it a momentary vent. Gonna have to do even more than this though to make sure that these get down, and you know, it could be maybe just with chocolate chip or just these hand bound balls have to get a little more work. So just gonna let it continue now, and I'll do a little more in a moment. Alright, we're about almost 7 minutes in, and at this point the cookies are starting to get a little hardening around some of them, but they still don't fall enough. They still don't fall enough even after over 7 minutes. Or, well, we got like less than 7 minutes left. So at this point, since they don't fall from venting, I pat them down. I just take this and pat them down. And you do this at the point when things are coming down some but not enough. And then start it again. Do this somewhere in the 7 minute remaining mark, and let them continue to cook. Alright, now at 5 minutes left. At 5 minutes left, I do it one more time, because you see they kind of even start coming back up a little bit, and they don't spread out well. Just knock them down. And so now I let them continue that last 5 minutes. As you can see, these are being particularly stubborn. I've had this happen before, where you just get some that, you know, even after you knock them down, they just want to come back. And so you just gotta basically play this game when you're cooking these cookies in the Power Air Fryer Ove 360. Alright, as we come down to the final seconds, gonna just move the camera around a little bit. And the cook is done. Just gonna get the cookies out. Let you have a look at them here. Now I'm going to get the camera adjusted around for a better view for you. Alright, so they're all done. I'm just going to give them a moment to cool down a little, and then I'll plate, and then we'll get into that taste test. Alright, just give them a few seconds to cool off just a little. Now I'm just going to take one and plate it. And so there you go. I'm going to get the camera adjusted, and we'll do a taste test of this chocolate chip cookie from Frozen from the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. Alright, here's our cookie from the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. It's right at that nice stage between soft and getting firm. That's a pretty good spot to be with cookies. So these turned out well. You just have to use some special techniques when you're doing your frozen cookie dough, and basically when you're baking cookies in the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. That's because things are so sealed in there. For this cooker, things are so well sealed, kind of like the Nuwave oven almost. It's really sealed, and so the cookies don't fall as well as they would in, say, a Nuwave Breville XL Smart Oven. And this is the trade-off between, let's say, bacon and cookies. With the Nuwave Breville XL Smart Oven, it's not as well sealed. You cook bacon, smoke starts coming out everywhere. In the Power Air Fryer Oven 360, smoke doesn't start coming out as soon because things are better sealed. But things are so air sealed that cookies don't fall well in the Power Air Fryer Oven 360. They fall very well in the Nuwave Breville XL Smart Oven. So those are your trade-offs. But you can get this and other instructions in written form at superwaveovenrecipes.com. Direct access to this YouTube channel is through waveovenrecipes.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at waveovenrecipes. Patreon's patreon.com/waveovenrecipes. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share the video with a friend. Leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel. And good eating.